The great Cecile McLaurin Salvant, a favorite of mine, and my special guest, Dr. Bailey Hinkley Grogan. This was from her album Ghost Song, which was released in 2022, and it was like her boldest moment yet, because she's one of those artists that's just fully realized. She's a singer, a visual artist, a composer, all the titles, and just a real artist.
Oh, absolutely. Like a real visionary in terms of like vocal artistry too.
Yes.
Like really bends the genre of what is expected, which I love to see. Doesn't fit into a mold. It's really cool.
And she's a curator too. Like her work looking at like old forgotten songs and bringing them to life. Amazing.
Such a fan.
You're tuned to Influence. My name's Abi Clark, and I'm with Dr. Bailey Hinkley Grogan. Andy O will be back next week. Let's talk a little bit about you, because you are doing amazing things in the community. You're wearing a ton of hats.
Thank you.
First of all, you're a teacher at UNC.
I am.
And let me get this list: jazz voice, private voice lessons, humanitarian arts, vocal jazz ensemble, and then you do freelance work on the side.
I do. Yeah. It's a lot, but I love it. The students at UNC are so awesome. They're like, oh, I just love them so much. Like I tell them this every week. They're the favorite part of my week. Best part of my week.
And just to see them coming to their own voice, and that has to be so amazing.
It's powerful. It's so powerful. Like one of my students is doing an MF Doom song for her recital.
Nice.
And I'm just like, I love this. Like, that's so cool. It's like really take our own path here and like become our own artists.
I know. And Andy O and I talk a lot about influence being, jazz and other genres. And then we're finding more of that like collaboration with hip hop sounds and, bringing those artists into the new standards. So like,
Absolutely.
It's pretty awesome.
Totally.
On top of that, you're a musician. We'll get to that in just a moment. One of the people that you perform a lot with is Camila Vititis.
Yes.
And you do a podcast together?
Let's
talk about Bro Listen.
We do. Okay, so Bro Listen is our podcast, and it started just kind of out of our friendship. We just became friends in 2022, and we just clicked instantly. We were like, oh, you're like my long lost sister. And we just were resonating on so many different cylinders. So we were like, let's start a podcast. And we just started interviewing our friends, which turned into like interviewing different members of the community and then different like parts of creative spaces. So we just interviewed Greg Gisbert. Our first interview was with Gabe Mervine. And then we have John DeVersa coming up.
Oh my
God. Which is so exciting.
He's amazing too. And one of those people fostering community as well.
Totally.
Yo, Camila is a pianist and songwriter as well in the community.
She is. And she's also got a band called Barbara. And they are releasing an album. They're an indie rock, psych rock band. So they're releasing an album coming up on April 5th at the High Dive, if you want to check them out. But yeah, Camila is a longtime collaborator. We play at Stella's in Boulder together once a month. And then we have our podcast. It's a pretty special little friendship that we have.
I mean, I would love to talk a little bit about your music as well. You just released an album last year.
I did.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you.
Three Sides of a Story.
Three Sides of a Story.
Bring us into that.
Okay, cool. So I have done mostly duo work. Like that is kind of my bread and butter. Like restaurants and bars, they want to hire a singer and a guitar player, a pianist, bass player. So, and that's what I do with Camila every month at Stella's. So basically, I was talking to Annie Booth, who produced this album, is also playing on it. And she's like, why don't you just do an album of duos?
Ooh.
And I was like, oh, that's a great idea. So Three Sides of a Story. It's my perspective, my duo partner's perspective, and then the audience perspective.
I love that.
Thank you.
And you have a lot of amazing songs on there, some great standards. I saw the version of Hurt that you have on there.
Yeah.
Really, really cool.
Thank you.
And then this original, which just jaw-droppingly gorgeous. You Fall Apart in My Memory, which we're actually going to hear in just a moment. What was going on when you were writing this song?
Totally. So it's interesting because I'm not really a songwriter by trade. I do it, but it's not something I would consider to be like my main thing. And I was coming home on, I think it was like Thanksgiving break of 2022. I had just gone through a really massive breakup. Thanksgiving is kind of like a weird time for me too, because it was the last time I saw my godfather about like almost 10 years ago. And he passed away in 2016, and then my dad passed away in 2014. So I was just sitting at my mom's grand piano in her living room. Just came back for the holiday after living in Miami, and I was just playing around, and this song just like came to me.
Sometimes it's like that.
It is, and I just will remember that always. It was like kind of a gloomy day, and I was just sitting at her piano. It's this like really nice old wooden piano, and I just wrote this song, and I was like, dang, that's kind of a good song. Like,
It really
I'm like
is.
really proud of myself for writing that song, but it's about loss, and it's about grief, and it's about, over time you start to lose like the little intricacies of a person, right? So my ex-boyfriend, my dad, my godfather, like I can remember their smile, but sometimes I'm like, oh, how did you like say this word? What would you have done in this situation? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow.
So-
And now they can live on, I guess, in this song because of, how they were with you when you were writing it.
Totally.
That's so beautiful. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for sharing. And I'm really excited to play it here on KUVO. This is Bailey Hinkley Grogan. 3 Sides of a Story is the album, and the song is You Fall Apart in My Memory on KUVO.